Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Monsieur. I wanted to come and say hello. It's becoming a habit for me to come and speak here, so I thought I come. And I'm going through a very difficult program right now, but not difficult. But I have two running programs. One is completely hellish, and one is completely paradisical. And those programs are confronting themselves. Of course, I have to trust my inner guidance to know that the paradise that I'm looking for is before me. Sometimes I feel it's just something that is put before me to keep me inspired. But if it is the case, and I'm just here to pay karma and to I would that no opportunity for freedom will be open till the end of this incarnation. I know I will find it afterwards. I don't know if this paradise I'm looking this balance point, this equilibrium point, will happen for me in this lifetime, but it doesn't matter. I have no choice but to follow my inner guidance, and the tension is being created from astrological standpoint. Hopefully, everything I'm talking about will assist you in some ways in your own personal path. There is Pluto and Saturn that are in Capricorn, so a lot of things are being about societal, organization, physical, material world. Everything is been tensed up. And then in Pisces there is Neptune and Chiron. On the other side there is Jupiter and Venus in Sagittarius, and then there is Neptune and Chiron in Pisces, and then there is Uranus and Mars in Aries. So all of that, there is a great deal of dynamism. All the planets are going forward. So I'm going to have all those planets going forwards all the way up to my birthday on March 4th. On March 5th, Mercury is going to go retrograde, but all the planets are going forward. So it is a good time for action. Whatever you feel like going, go for it. Personally, I'm being asked, and I'm sure most people are, to this point of purification, letting go of all kinds of 3D beliefs, attachment, beliefs, attachment, habits, all kinds of things. But sometimes I feel like my soul is really hard on me. If I eat a piece of bread, I feel like a cosmic criminal. Like, can you put bread in your body? It is like you're a criminal. You're like, you don't deserve anything. You're gonna be punished. And it's like, whoa, ease up, I mean, I can do without bread. I can do without food. I can do. But then if I do too much, I feel I'm gonna reverse completely to my old cycle, and I don't want to do that. So I have to always be temperate in relationship to even my own soul guidance, because sometimes I feel it's like the soul does not live in physical reality, does not realize what it is to carry a physical, does not, I don't know if it does or not, but we have all this electromagnetism that we have to deal with, this physical body, those emotions, and so it is a lot to deal with, and so we have to find a way to breathe and bring it into balance. It is also good for those who have not yet mastered this communication with spirit, is to find new ways to communicate with spirit, whether it be through reading philosophy, spiritual books, whether it is through prayer, through meditation, through creation of art, through there's all kinds of ways that you can learn to communicate with spirit. It is good to be open, because all kinds of truths will be revealed this year, and humanity has to be ready to handle it. There's so many things will be maybe coming up. There may be some cosmic events that's going to be going on that will surprise everybody. Our whole DNA is being enlightened, is being reopened. There is, through the portals of our DNA, there is new light that is coming in, that's opening up old memories. Also wanted to say that it's good to be able to know that you can ask angels to intervene in any situation at any point, but you have to ask in order for them to do so, and things will ease up the process, but it's good to ask. So I'm asking the angels to intervene in my life so that I can move into the next level of my path in grace and ease today and now. Thank you. So this is essentially what is we want to move as much as possible in the nowness of the time, to escape the limitation, because as we move we escape from the past and the future, we move into the now. But the now in this physical realm has a lot of limitations, time, space, energy limitations. So once we're in the now, we have to find a way to elevate ourselves beyond the limitation of the physical world, so that we can discover the now of the one, the eternal now of the one, and be free from the world of form. For it is a process. And I hope this message was interesting for you. Behind me is I'm going to pull a few cards. Behind me is a painting, a metacosmic painting from 2008. It's the Galactic Center. And at some point when this painting was first made, I created the center here, and he was drying. He was laying down on the floor. He was drying, and I almost I don't know if it was red or blue, but I almost was going to create a red or blue circle in the middle. I'm glad I didn't do it, because the painting would have been ruined. That it's so perfect like that. And when I see infrared photograph from telescopes of the galactic center, it has this form. So it is quite magical that it could. It was actually. It kind of turned out exactly the same form as what the way it's perceived from here on the Earth, the galactic center. So the situation for us is a success. It is about success. What goes around that is the idea of relaxation, rest. It's about understanding how to rest. Rest is essential. It is important. Rest, relaxation, and entertainment is just as important as work. What we see before us is recomfort. We're going to be able to be recomforted, to find some way of healing ourselves as well. In the distant past, in our subconscious, is the revelation. A lot of it has been revealed to us, and right now we are in the situation. It is wealth, accepting the wealth, but then I feel like my spirit tells me that I'm extremely wealthy, but then in my physical life I do not have access to any material wealth and material, or even not even wealth, but so it is very difficult to accept to be wealthy internally, whether the whole world reflects you to the complete opposite. So it is a delicate situation. What's coming up in the future is justice. It is the harmonization, the justice. Life is just, life is fair. It is just there is always a temporal necessity of experience between the cause and the effect, and so but life will balance out. As we trust, we are moving into this state of balance. Our strength in the situation is temperance. Is not to go into the extreme, to be temperate, to be flexible, to be open to whatever comes, is to accept it. What comes to us from the outside world is joy. So thank you, God. I mean, hopefully joy will return. For since my first Saturn returns, I have lost my joy for life, and my spirit guides told me I will find it again, and I hope I will. If not in this life, in the next. But I hope I will find a way to return to a state where I can feel that life is joyful, life is happy, and not to consider this life to be a constant struggle for eliminating karmic debris or transmuting world planetary energies. It is and it's just very difficult, but it's part of the process, I guess. From my soul perspective, it is what I've chosen. So amor fati, I have to accept every aspect of my life, accept where I am, who I am, all that I am. As we do that, we become more able to create little change that will shift the process. What we see in our hopes and fear is optimism. We have to remain optimistic no matter what. It's important, and the outcome will be happiness. The outcome will be happiness. So happiness comes through the practice of virtue. Pleasure can come in many forms, but happiness is lasting and comes through the practice of. It is also it is not something that we can run after. It is a state of being. So we hopefully will allow ourselves we will discover that it will come to us naturally as we complete our process. We complete the circle of our own circle. The highest wisdom for us today is Asia. It's what we need to do to understand is persecution and inquisition. There is all kinds of energies that people that are trying to persecute and these old energies of wanting to we have to let go. We have to discover that freedom everybody is responsible for his and her own action. We cannot assume the burden, the karma of everybody else. And so to let go of all those external judgment, and to do that, we have to be reborn, to be birthed. What we need to do is, so this is what we understand, how to be reborn within ourselves. What we need to do is the bride and groom. It's maybe a relationship coming to align, hopefully. I don't know if that that means anything to you, and the outcome will be Atlante. It will be the returning to this form of all those old memories, to return to regain all this understanding, this strength, this power, this connection to those memories of Atlantis, which was a matriarchal civilization and had a very, very long ice age. And I'm going to finish with a song, just to finish with a song. Now, I hope this will assist you in some way. I'm sorry I'm not really like on the up and up today, but all kinds of things and people and like they're all like bombarding me with their problems, and it's like and so I'm going to finish with a song. It's a spiritual song. It's by John Evangelist. It goes like this. You ask me where to begin. Am I so lost in my sin? You ask me where did I fall? I'll say I can't tell you where. But if my spirit is lost, how will I find what is near? Don't question, I'm not alone. Somehow I'll find my way home. My sun shall rise in the east, so shall my heart be at peace. And if you're asking me when, I'll say it starts at the end. You know your will to be free is matched with love secretly, and talk will alter your prayer. Somehow you'll find you are there. Your friend is close by your side and speaks in far ancient tongue. A season wish will come true. All seasons begin with you. One word we all come from. One word will melt into one. Just hold my hand and we're there. Somehow we're going somewhere. Somehow we're going somewhere. You ask me where to begin. Am I so lost in my sin? You ask me where did I fall? I'll say I can't tell you when. But if my spirit is strong, I know it can be long. No question, I'm not alone. Somehow I'll find my way home. Somehow I'll find my way home. Somehow I'll find my way home. Well, thank you very much for sticking until the end, for your support, thank you for being supportive of this channel of my past. And I hope that those messages those ideas, those messages, for there are 8 billion people on the world, and there are 8 billion truths, and 8 billion reality, and 8 billion universe. So we're all sharing our own personal reality, but in many sense we are asked to for all those who are, for not everybody, but all those who are looking into the ascension, to move into this higher plane of collective consciousness, to unify into this collective sphere of acceptance and joy, and hopefully we'll all meet there very soon in the 5th dimension. I thank you very much, and I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.